Hey, what's going on, everyone? This is Dragon Lungs coming at you with another live stream. Oh, hello. Damn. Thanks for stopping by, man. Uh, but yeah, we're coming at you with another live stream of Andeerae the Altmer physics with Psijics. Who's with it? But yeah, we are just getting back into it. We're gonna just keep going on the main quest line, I think, of the Archmages. Or the Archmage, the Mages Guild, or the College of Winterhold, I should say, because that kind of fits along with the character's drive for becoming more powerful. Feels like knowledge ultimately will make him stronger as an Altmer. So let's get right into it. Jazago, get out of my room every time, please. I. What are you? Mm, all right. Tolfdir said to be careful, so you see anything? Yes, I definitely rolled a natural 20 on my animal handling check, that's for sure. And a crit fail immediately thereafter. It's not so bad down here. Nephew, I apologize I cannot see you personally before you leave. Trip from Sedrith Mora is treacherous this season, or I would have visited you upon hearing the news. The Nords have a fine college at Winterhold, and I am sure you will excel. You may know that I, too, attended there. I was quite the conjuration adept in my own day. I am sending you my notes on something called the Astronaut Forge, a bit of a project mine while at Winterhold. Mention nothing to the faculty, but ask your fellow pupils about a place called the Midden. You will find the forge there. I fear a number of my notes are missing, scattered and lost in my travels around Skyrim. Perhaps you may stumble across these in your own adventures. Astronaut Forge offers few clues as to who built it, and even few as to how to unlock its full potential. Only through blind experimentation and a few singed eyebrows have I been able to understand its function. The forge is mostly a large dais, almost crude of make and emblazoned with the traditional Daedric rune. An offering box is attached, as well as a prominent lever. The dais also features a large setting which seems to receive some large spherical object. I have had no luck determining what this missing object may be. However, what effect it may have on the efficiency of the forge. The forge is activated by placing certain items into the offering box, and then pulling the lever. The forge consumes the items and conjures something upon the dais. The conjuration can be predicted reliably if the appropriate items are left in the box, but many combinations have no effect or catastrophic reactions. Once I conjured a wild goat. Well, most of the goat, at least. Experimenting wildly with the forge is dangerous. I've recorded such recipes as I have discovered on the following pages. The simplest, yet perhaps most hazardous staple recipe is that for the stubborn astronaut. The conjured brutes will attack the first thing. You have reason to use these recipes. Okay. Oh. Ew. Well, that was fun. What is this? Still working. Why can't anything ever be close? Like, nothing is ever easy.
perseverance will only lead to disappointment.
What?
Still, you persist. Very well. You may enter.
Oh! Oh, I'm sorry. You startled me. What? So you're the Augur of Dunley.
I am that which you have been seeking. Your efforts are in vain. It has already begun. But those who have sent you have not told you what they seek, what you seek.
You seem to know what I'm seeking. Can you help me out?
You seek that which all who wield magic seek. Knowledge. You shall find this. Knowledge will corrupt. It will destroy. It will consume. You seek meaning, shelter in knowledge. You will not find it. The Altmer sought the same thing, and it shall lead to his end, as it has so many others.
I spit on the Altmer. And can I saw you before me?
No, though you may be the last. The one who calls himself Unkano has sought my knowledge as well, through very different questions. Your path differs from most. You are being guided, pushed towards something. It is a good path, one untraveled by many. It is a path that can save your college. I will tell you what you need to know to follow it further.
And what do I need?
You and those aiding you wish to know more about the Eye of Magnus. You wish to avoid the disaster of which you are not yet aware. To see through Magnus's eye without being blinded, you require his staff. Events now spiral quickly towards the inevitable center, so you must act with haste. Take this knowledge to your archmage.
Things just keep getting weirder and weirder. Did I get lost again? Ugh. There he is. And just tell him and then go to bed. Out of character, yeah, I'm gonna work on alchemy. I'm waiting to actually buy ingredients and whatnot, because I've just been doing these quests, and it's in the area we're at, it's all just like snowberries and stuff. I have information we're looking for.
Really? And what might that be?
The Staff of Magnus. You know of it?
I'm sorry, what? Well, I'd certainly love to have such a powerful staff, but I'm not really sure that any of us need it.
Well, if we need... It's connected, man. I don't know how to explain it to you, we just need it.
And how do you know of this?
I spoke with the Augur of Dunlin.
Did you really? And he specifically mentioned the Staff of Magnus? I'm impressed with your initiative. Of course, someone will need to follow up on this.
Well, we have a volunteer at the moment. Me.
I certainly do. Since you went so far as to seek out the Augur for advice, I thought you'd be more enthusiastic. Something as specific and ancient as the Staff of Magnus. I'm not sure we'd ever find something like that. I seem to recall Mirabelle mentioning the staff somewhat recently. Why don't you see if she can tell you anything? I'm quite pleased with your progress, you know. You've certainly proven yourself to be more than a mere apprentice. Well done. This circlet once proved invaluable to me. I hope it can be of use to you now.
Thank you. The scroll crafting station is full, or of course, the crafting of scrolls. To create your scrolls, you'll need a spell tome of the spell you want of. You will then gently take pages from the tome. The tome is, of course, destroyed in the process. Sorry. Out of character, I was planning out some stuff.
Enchanting services are one of the few things that keep us in touch with the rest of Skyrim.
You consider restoration a valid school of magic, worthy of study, don't you? Don't you?
Oh my, yes. No pushy.
Good. Good. Not that I require validation, of course. There are just some, and I shan't name names, who would disagree. It can make life difficult when one's colleagues fail to recognize the research one engages in.
Well,
So you wish to master the arcane arts?
just barter a bit. Hey, Gummy Bear. Thanks for stopping by.
Until next time.
You can see me?
Of course I can. I'm waking you up.
Confound it all, I was quite sure I was invisible. Or at least transparent.
What have you got for
Take a
sale?
look. Farewell.
There are few places where one can pursue my type of work without fear of
Is
persecution.
there an alchemist in the house? That'd be amazing.
Mirabelle does a fine job as Master Wizard. So, you wish to master the arcane arts? Until next time.
Until next time.
Yes. Strange.
Please don't bother the Archmage unless it's absolutely necessary.
It's lies. All of it. I don't care what she told you. It's all lies.
I've no idea what you're
No?
talking about.
Well, then she hasn't gotten to you yet. But she will. And don't you believe a word of it. My problem with her? She's the one who has a problem with me. She's threatened by me, by my skill as a wizard, by my elegance and posture, by my superior good looks. But she is not going to get the better of me. Oh no, I won't let it get to me one bit. That's what she's after. She's trying to undermine my confidence, make me doubt myself. Well, it won't work, I tell you.
What do you know about
trust
Connor?
that one. He's up to something. Most here are up to something, of course, but in his case, it's not good. I haven't figured it out yet, but I will. He is rather handsome, though, isn't he?
All right, then.
Let me give you a bit of advice. You want to work on something that's not officially allowed? Don't tell anyone you're doing it. You need... Even with the college's laid-back attitude, there are still some things that are off limits.
Listen.
I hope you've got some coin. Let's just take a look, then. I hope you've got some... let's just take a look, then. Till next time.
I'm working on some very important research, I assure you. The exact nature of my research is a secret, I'm afraid, but it really is quite valuable.
There are some experiments that I hope you've got some... let's just take a look, then. Next time.
I'll be right back, guys. I have to get a drink. Hit a cigarette really quick, too, and then we're actually going to get on to the main quest of this. Well, now that I'm all rested, I should get this over with. Get to move on.
I still need some help, if you can spare the time.
Even with the college's laid-back attitude, there are still some things that are off limits.
You have something of Onman's. He regrets making the trade. Is there any way he can get it back?
Oh my, how precious. Onmund is too afraid to deal with me himself, and so he's sent you. I'll make this very simple for you. All my trades are final. Onmund knew this ahead of time and went through with it anyway. So there's nothing more to be said.
Well, what if I was to pay you back?
No, you're not understanding this. Onmund made a deal. He made that choice, and now he has to live with it.
No, I understand.
I've already made it very clear that all of my trades are final.
Can I do something? Is there anything?
Look how persistent you are. Charming, really. Onmund gave up the first time I said no. But not you. All right. I'll tell you a little story. Let's pretend for a moment that a certain individual was looking to acquire a particular staff. Let's also pretend that he traded some valuable items for said staff. And it was only later that it was realized that this individual might misuse such a staff. The resulting disaster would reflect quite poorly on everyone involved. Are you following me?
And?
You're not very good at this, are you? Look, I traded a staff to someone and found out later that was a bad idea, so I'd like the staff back. Understand now?
Wait, how hypocritical of you.
It's an entirely different situation. I don't expect you to comprehend the nuances of these matters. Regardless, I'm making you a very simple offer. You get me the staff, and I give you Onmund's precious amulet. Do we have a deal?
Fine.
Yes. I thought we'd gotten past that bit already. Onmund's amulet in exchange for my staff.
I'll get it back for you in due time. It won't be expedient, but it will happen.
Finally, we have an agreement. I look forward to having it back soon. The sooner the better, in fact. All right, then.
Mirabelle.
Please don't bother the Archmage unless it's absolutely necessary.
No, I've been looking for you. Actually, I need to know anything about the Staff of the Magnus. Can you help me?
Well, now that's an odd question. Why in the world would you be asking?
Archmaid Aaron said you mentioned it recently.
I see. Well, yes, I suppose I did mention it. Though I'm not sure what he expects me to tell you. I only brought it to his attention a few months back when the Synod showed up here looking for it. They were apparently under the impression we were keeping it in a closet somewhere.
And who are these Synod?
Mages based out of Cyrodiil. They fancy themselves the imperial authority on magic these last few hundred years. My understanding is that all they really do is make noise in an attempt to curry favor from the Emperor. Lots of politics, little magic. I was quite surprised to find them on our doorstep. They seemed amiable enough, but their line of questioning made me uneasy. It became clear they're trying to hoard powerful artifacts, looking to consolidate power.
So, in a nutshell, no one knows.
No one here does. The Synod seemed convinced it was somewhere in Skyrim. They inquired about the ruins of Mzulft, but that's all I remember. It sounded like they were heading there, though they were rather secretive about why. I suppose if you're intent on looking for the staff, there's a chance they might be in Mzulft yet. Just don't expect them to be cooperative.
I believe Tolfir had a spell that would help me if I can't obtain a horse. No. No.
I'm working on some very important research, I assure you.
Tolfir. Not here. Probably in the Hall of the Elements. Oh, no. Hello.
Good. So you wish to master the arcane arts?
Yes, yes. I could use one spell.
Mm-hmm. It's always encouraging to see the younger generations embracing education.
I see. Not substantial boost of speed, but it will help.
You there. The Dawn Guard is looking for anyone willing to fight against the growing vampire menace. What do you say?
Oh, vampires. I've actually already killed a few. Is it formal? Do I have to sign anything? Are there perks?
Ha! Isran's going to like you. Go talk to him at Fort Dawn Guard, southeast of Riften. He'll decide if you're Dawn Guard material.
I just might do that. There's pressing matters, though, first, I believe. long journey ahead of us. Oh. Shouldn't have an issue.
This is none of your concern.
Be on
if
your
you
way.
know any about the laws of Skyrim, tell them to head to Windhelm.
Is that blood? I wonder what this could be. Markings. Looks rather ritualistic. What is that? I doubt that could be the only thing. Didn't make those. I feel like I'm getting into something again. She's damn Falmor again. What's up, X-Ray? Not a character, of course. Damn Falmor. I always get sidetracked. Telling me to do one thing, go fetch this, go fetch that. Find a cave with a big pile of blood out front, investigate it, probably get yourself killed, all in a day's work for the mage. I went over. Still I wanted. Oh! The bleeding crit damage. That was nice. It was very tough. The toughest of Falmors. Oh, I also didn't have stone flesh on. I am ridiculous. Redonk. Oh my. Clever girl. Yep. Nope. I'm going to turn back on this one. There's no shame in retreating. Mia. Maik. Sorry. You.
Maik knows much and tells some. Maik knows many things others do not.
You were where I awoke. You came to this land too. Oh, I didn't see them. I can't move. Run. Is that a horse? Poor beast. Now, why are all these animated? Is there a spell on the land, or is there someone here continuously casting this necromancy conjuration magics? It's curious, to be sure. The place is basically empty. Bizarre. Peculiar. Looks like a ritual station of some sort. Can I cast that? Whoa. Falling? Oh, that is pretty cool. Still hurts, but it is very cool. Hello.
You speak to a vigilant of Stendar. Cavort with any Daedra, and we will hunt you down. The
Bye.
Legion will be watching you.
Good day. What is that?
You'll be so much easier to walk.
Okay, so it's not letting the block animation actually work when I do it. Okay, good to know. So time stutter is not a blockable spell. I wonder if you can reanimate a corpse without a head. No, I guess not. Didn't they say Windhelm held the Stormcloak Rebellion at the moment?
Heard they're reforming the Dawn Guard. Vampire hunters. They say the college has been snooping around Sarthal. Mages in a bed of crypt. No good.
You come here where you're not wanted. You eat our food, you pollute our city with your stink, and you refuse to help the Stormcloaks.
But we haven't taken a side because it's not our fight.
Hey, maybe the reason these Greyskins don't help in the war is because they're Imperial spies.
Imperial spies? You can't be serious.
Maybe we'll pay you a visit tonight, little spy. We got ways of finding out what you really are.
You leave. Don't
Do
you
you
threaten
hate the
this
Dark
woman.
Elves? Are you here to bully us and tell us to leave?
No. On the contrary, I am cut from a different cloth in the Altmer community.
You've come to the wrong city, then. Windhelm's a haven of prejudice and narrow thinking, unworthy of one such as you.
Will you be alright with them?
Nothing new there. Most of the Nords living in Windhelm don't care much for us, but Rolf is the worst by far. He likes to get drunk and walk around the Grey Quarter yelling insults at us in the small hours of the morning. Oh, a real charmer, that one.
Why would anyone think you're a spy, though? If you're just getting by.
Some of these Nords will come up with any excuse to despise us. And it isn't just the Dark Elves they hate. They make a target of the Argonians as well. In fact, just about anyone who isn't a Nord is fair game for their bullying. Safe travels.
Thank you. You be careful.
Spare a coin for an old woman, my lord. Oh, thank you. Divine. Bless your kind heart.
Some are saying the Psijic monks have been seen in Skyrim. They are an ancient...
Ulgrif won't give us a straight answer.
He's a true Nord. He'll come around.
Don't be so sure of that. We've intercepted couriers from Solitude. The Empire's putting a great deal of pressure on Whiterun.
And what would you have me do?
If he's not with us, he's against us.
He knows that. They all know that.
How long are you going to wait?
You think I need to send Bolgraf a stronger message?
If by message you mean shoving a sword through his gullet.
Taking him. Only the foolish or the courageous approach a Jarl without summons. Do I know you? Ah,
so we're ready to start this war in earnest then?
Soon.
I still say you should take them all out like you did dead King Torrig.
Torrig was merely a message to the other Jarls. Whoever we replace them with will need the support of our...
We'll show those faithless dogs who this land belongs to.
Things hinge on Whiterun. If we can take the city without bloodshed...
Do you need an extra blade? Maybe a hired spell hand.
Many, I fear.
Ulfric's not running a social club. You don't join anything. Either you're a true son of Skyrim, or you're not.
Soldiers a long time.
If you are, then you talk to the man himself. If you're not, well, friend, you'd best walk away before this gets ugly.
Skyrim to wager.
They have families to think of.
How many of their sons and daughters follow your banner? We are their families.
Well put, friend. Tell me, Galmar, why do you fight for me?
I'd follow you into the depths of oblivion. You know that.
Yes, but why do you fight? If not for me, what then?
I'll die before elves dictate the fates of men. Are we not one in this?
I fight for the men I've held in my arms, dying on foreign soil. I fight for their wives and children whose names I heard whispered in their last breath. I fight for we few who did come home, only to find our country full of strangers wearing familiar faces. I fight for my people, impoverished to pay the debts of an empire too weak to rule them, yet brands them criminals for wanting to rule themselves. I fight so that all the fighting I've already done hasn't been for nothing. I fight because I must.
Your words give voice to what we all feel, Ulfric. And that's
Hell yeah.
you will be High King.
Yeah.
The day words are enough will be the day when soldiers like us are no longer needed.
I would gladly retire from the world, were such a day to dawn.
Aye, but in the meantime, we have a war to plan.
Speaking of war, my Jarl.
As you
Hello.
can see, I have much that requires my attention. If you're inclined to gab, there are some nice prison guards you may like to meet. A fair point. Well, you've come to the right place then. Speak with Galmar. I'm always looking for able fighters. Not everyone can say they made it out of Helgen. Seems we're all branded villains these days, so long as your criminal past stays in the past. And you fight for me with honor and integrity. We'll welcome you into our ranks.
Aye, but in the meantime, we have a war to plan. Helgen, Ulfric told us quite the story. If you made it through all that, you're likely worth something to me. But first, tell me, why does an elf want to fight for Skyrim?
Skyrim is home to more than just Nords. We've lived here some odd 100 years. You can't just generalize that.
Fair enough. But are you willing to die for your home?
Yes.
All right.
I
But before I can put you to use, I need to know how much you can take. I have a little test for you. The kind men use to measure themselves. I'm sending you to Serpentstone Island. If you survive, you pass. If you die, well, you weren't going to be much use to me anyway. It's where men have tested their metal for ages. There's a strange rock formation built by the ancients. Something about that place attracts the ice wraiths. You kill an ice wraith out there, and I'll have all the proof I need about you.
I'll be back soon. It's not too hard. Honestly, could have given me something harder.
We'll see about that, won't we? Here, take this. You'll need it. Use it on the island. Don't lose it. That's all the help you're getting. Try not to die.
Not sure. amazing. Hello.
This here's Candlehearth Hall. Great rooms upstairs, and there's a bed for rent on the ground floor.
I'd like to rent a room.
Sure thing. It's yours for a day. I'll show you to your room. Right this way.
Well in hand. Now, if you'll excuse me.
Let me know if there's anything else you need.
Alright guys, on that note, this is going to be Drag Along signing out. Hope it brought you nothing but fire, no smoke. If you enjoyed the content, please leave a like, leave a comment, let me know you're down there, and if it really tickled your eyeballs, maybe even subscribe. But I appreciate you all. Take it easy.